Hi again, okay, man. Here again. Här igen. It's Swedish. You know, some Swedish words in my speaking. It's talk 4, I think, today. That is talk 4, and it's the 18th of April. Snowing still outside, I'm afraid. I want to talk about a little about the persistent variables that are available in the VSCP daemon. Why are they there? The first thing you can use them for is in the decision matrix of the daemon. You can store several things in them, including an event, a measurement, or things like that. So you can have one decision matrix where the event is stored, and another decision matrix element where this stored value is used in some way. You can use them as flags, and that can be a counter, for instance, where you need X number of responses from nodes before you say that this action you have done is clear or really performed. And other flags also to note that something is done, really. A flag and a counter can be used like this or that. When you start, you send out an event that turn on several lamps or light bulbs. Each lamp sends an acknowledge of this, and what you do is in the decision matrix is that when you send out the event that turns on the lamp, you set the variable false, and then you have a counter where you counter the acknowledgement you get from the lamp, and when this counter has reached the number of lamps that you want to light up, then you set the variable true. And by setting the variable true, you can do other things, etc., etc. You can do very complex things with this. Today, you have to do all the configuration in an XML file. This is, of course, not the thing you will use in the future. Eventually, when I have time, or I get help from you guys, we will have a graphical user interface for this too. So the VSCP works, or the HTML, the web interfaces will do this for it. The decision matrix is one part of it all. There's a persistence in the variables of the daemon also, and this means that variables or the values are read from disk when the daemon is started, and they can be saved also. They can be saved, created, and changed in the TCP/IP interface also. But this is another thought with this. The level 2 driver interface will, the driver maker decide that, but the thought is that instead of every driver having its own configuration file, it just goes into the TCP/IP interface of the daemon and asks about its configuration data. This is good because you can configure this in the TCP/IP interface, so you can set different values. You can restart the driver and therefore reconfigure it. So it's a naming scheme for this. You have the driver name dot the variable, and that selects, that makes them variables for a specific driver. In the extent, it's the same here. You can handle variables through a nice interface, of course. With your help, it goes faster. But also, I forgot what I'm talking about here. But also, one thing I want to do with the daemon and drivers is that you should be able to, in the TCP/IP interface of the daemon, you should be able to install and uninstall drivers. And also, you should go to a web interface and be able to select drivers there which are automatically installed on the daemon, and you have to trust it. There is a lot of security in this, of course. But just like it is with phones today, so you can select the driver you want in your system, it installs automatically, and you get a configuration scheme if it's needed, which you have to go through before it is started. But this can be very easy. So that's the thoughts about the variables that is in the daemon. Today used most for decision matrix, if no one even uses it. I do it for tests. I don't have time to do my own home automation system because I have to support you guys. I spent all this day with searching for seg faults, reported in, and haven't found it. So in the during the time I'm searching for this, I fixed the 64-bit Linux build. So now it feels fine on Linux, and now I do a binary installation, a Debian installation also. So we can get rid of all this compiling on the Linux platform also. But as you see, I have very little time. So again, if you have a spare hour or spare day, anyway, you want to write documentation, you want to fix the documentation, you want to do pictures, you want to do icons, you want to code, you want to invent nice things, you're welcome to this project. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you know a little more about the variables in the VSCP daemon. Okay, bye for now.